can't find Dylan anywhere.
Dylan Flinchum was born nearly 4 years ago. For the first 2 years of his young life, everything was perfect. He did everything that a healthy child does. He walked, he talked, he loved Disney and dinosaurs.
He came a little early. He was a constant source of joy, and like most people, you know, I didn't fully grasp it until he was brought into this world. You hear it and you understand it, but it's something you feel more than you can put into words. You know, he still makes us feel, you know, that power, that source of love, you know, that he did on the very first day that we met him.
But in March 2011, Dylan's parents recognized a change in his behavior. Something was not quite right.
The first thing we started noticing was a change in his coordination. He was having more trouble bringing things to his mouth and walking, obviously. He went back to crawling, and then even from crawling, that stopped. One of the biggest things you notice at first is he couldn't hold his head up anymore.
The Flinchum's pediatrician recommended a visit to a neurologist. An MRI revealed a Chiari malformation in Dylan's head that could have possibly been applying pressure to his brainstem and spinal cord.
So they operated on that, and for about a month or so, he held steady as he was healing. He seemed to do well. He walked a little bit again. And then things started to get bad again.
A follow-up MRI revealed a change in the white matter of his brain. On August 24th, Dylan was diagnosed with MLD, metachromatic leukodystrophy, a rare genetic disease of the brain.
It's basically a disease that breaks down the white matter of the brain and slowly shuts down the functions of the body. Getting the news was brutal. You know, there's so much about that day that I remember like a movie I'd seen 100 times, you know. I wish I didn't.
So he really has no control over his body anymore. He can't talk anymore. He does make some noises here and there. He does still smile, but he doesn't, he has a different laugh than, you know, we know when he's laughing, but it's not a little boy's laugh.
And in the beginning, we, rightfully so, took it very hard. Like I said, it doesn't matter if we have 6 kids or just the one, it's Dylan, and something's wrong with Dylan.
I was mad. Sad, I couldn't look at him without crying, and finally Mike said to me, "You're going to regret this time," and I think I kind of made a turnaround and just said, I need to be strong for him, I need to be happy for him. It's never going to be easy, but like I said, I know now I'm happy, I know he's here. When he's gone, I don't know when I'll be happy again.
Sometimes, difficult circumstances bring out the best in people. We can recognize pain and suffering and try to make a difference. It's here at this Ledgewood tattoo shop where a tight-knit community of businessmen and artists with really big hearts are doing something for the Flinchums, a family living through a situation that's hard to imagine. This is the second tattoo fundraiser being held for Dylan at the shop this year. The first one was in February, and they raised about $4,500.
So everybody who gets a tattoo, 30% of the proceeds go to Dylan's foundation, which helps us pay with medical bills and meet his needs and make sure that all of our bills are paid for, which takes a huge burden off of us.
People here are amazing. They open this place up like it's our second home. And then there's just been so many people coming in off the street, or, I mean, I had a friend from high school I haven't seen in 15 years come and get a tattoo to support. So it's just amazing that the people that come together for either people they do know or don't know, but it makes you feel hopeful.
It's amazing to see how many people will pour out just to help someone else. And you never really see that a lot these days. You know, so to put together one weekend like this, book it out completely where you have to put in overtime, and it's amazing to see this many people come out just for one cause. And especially they're going to get something that is permanently with them for the rest of their lives.
You know, in the beginning, you know, me and my husband were like, oh, even if we can just get them a couple $1,000s, you know, we never thought in a year what the foundation would be able to do.
This year, the event raised nearly $10,000, and the Flinchums are donating some of the money to another New Jersey family with 2 children also stricken with the disease.
I mean, just all this work and all this effort and all this donating, this charity, and, you know, we're not making much of a living this weekend, but we could really care less about that. You know, it's all about Dylan.
They're taking their time away from their families. They're putting in extra hours for our family, and it's overwhelming. It's hard to express how much we appreciate it. I hope they know that we do, but we have been very humbled by the amount of support that we've received.
To go through something like they're going through, you can't even fathom what that's like. So to be able to be a part of something to try and help in any way or to make it better just even for a moment is totally worth it.
The doctor said, you have a good support group, and I said, it doesn't matter. You know, I just found out my son's gonna die, and she said it will. And sure enough, like, those have always stuck with me, because if we didn't have the support we had, or have, it wouldn't be the same. I mean, I see families that don't have a support system, and, you know, we're overwhelmed with support. We're very grateful for that, and those words just stuck with me, because at the time, I'm like, nothing's gonna make this better. And she said it will, and it does.
The Flinchum's goal day to day is to keep Dylan comfortable and happy. They have learned so much through him. Maybe most importantly, they have learned how someone so small and innocent can affect other lives in such a big way.
Dealt a horrible hand, but you know, knowing that he's here right now is what you try to focus on when you have those feelings of weakness and anger and loss. And we don't want to waste this time. And he deserves us to be strong, he deserves to be happy, he deserves to be loved. And it's a lot easier to do those things when you're on your feet than, you know, on your knees.
This is him, and I'm proud of him. I'm amazed by him. Yes, I would love if he was running around and talking, but he's not. So we are perfectly happy with what we have right here.